You are here on purpose with a purpose by design and not by default. And it is your time right now to share your story on Right Now. Ready? You maybe have some paper with you, maybe some pen, something to take some notes, because there's going to be some gold nuggets being dropped here tonight. Dawn, I know you've got some exciting updates about the Boss Your Lane book. Go ahead.
Yes, absolutely. We had an amazing bestseller launch today, and we came out of the gate. I am so proud of everyone who came out of the gate as number one seller, best new release. And so that was amazing, first thing. And we have also become international bestsellers today. So that is the second big deal. So we are still at it. So definitely, if anybody's, would like to have a look at this book, it is amazing. We've gotten rave reviews already from the folks that have purchased it today, the Kindle copy. So yeah, definitely. It's been a fantastic day, and it's still running. It's still going. So we're excited.
Oh my gosh. And the price for this wonderful Kindle edition?
It's just $1.99. So you can't beat it.
No. And you're going to have your textbook in your Kindle or on your phone, wherever, that's going to direct you as you go into your business and continue on your business. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, so tell us who we have tonight that we get to visit with.
The first author that we get to visit with is Miss Becky Barton. She is a fabulous entrepreneur. So I'm just going to let her and you take it from here. So she'll tell you a little bit about her chapter, which is absolutely amazing.
Hello, Becky. So glad you're here.
Hello.
Well, congratulations, best-selling international author. How awesome is
that? Great. Right? It's wonderful.
You went to bed and then woke up to this amazing news. Isn't that something? How powerful.
Yes.
Well, tell us about your involvement in this anthology and what made you choose to say yes to be an author in Boss Your Lane?
Well, first, I would just like to say that I really wasn't going to do it. But Dawn, being as bossy as she is, no, I'm just kidding. Dawn being very informative about things that were going on with this book and talking to me about what I do. And she just kind of gave me a push and said, this is something that you really need to get into. So with Dawn's help, now I am an author. I went to bed, I woke up, and here I am, an author. First time. This is my very first one. So I'm super excited about that. So that's how I got started. Everything else is just kind of, it's kind of been a whirlwind. A little bit of a whirlwind, I should say.
Well, whirlwinds can be fun when they're whirlwinds with Dawn, right?
Yes.
They can be a lot of fun. Okay, so now give us a sneak peek into your chapter and tell us why you chose that topic.
Okay. My topic is creating cakers. And what it involves is starting a home business, leaving the corporate world, and knowing kind of where you fit in life. A lot of people take their ambitions or their dreams and they kind of stuff them in the pillowcase, if you will, and forget about them. They go 9 to 5 and do the day in, day out. They're depleted. They're without guidance. And for me, I was one of those people. And then one day I said, you know what? Let's do this. So instead of putting my dreams, sweeping them under the rug, I decided to go full force with my business. At the beginning of this past year, I quit corporate America and started my home business. And now I'm flourishing.
And that is amazing. And it's in your chapter.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Dawn, this is
You know,
amazing.
it is amazing. That's what this book is all about. That's what it is all about. And the most interesting thing I feel about Becky's chapter is that she is using her synopsis through the whole thing because she's a baker, right? She designs cakes. And I'm not talking about just decorated cakes. I'm talking about cakes, okay? She is like
There's one.
an artist.
Can you see it?
Yes. Yeah, can you see that back there? That's a cake.
That's
That
a
is
cake?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, she is absolutely amazing. But she goes into her chapter and she's using the synopsis, of course, on everything that she's speaking on is about cakes and being a caker, right? But as you read through the chapter, you realize midway through that the things that she's speaking about, you can use in any business. And so it was very interesting to me how, just a little tidbit is like how she prices her merchandise. And so it could hold true for any type of service or product that you have, how she breaks it down so beautifully so that you understand exactly what you're doing. Because sometimes we do things and we're like, well, we just pull a price out of the air, right? And she doesn't. She's got it figured down like to the penny of what her cost is and what she wants her profit to be. And so that holds true for any business. So if you don't want to be a caker, you don't want to bake a cake, you don't want to do it from home, you read the chapter and you understand that it can go with any type of business. It's just the principles that she's giving. So it is an amazing chapter.
And I want to try one of those cakes. I got to get one of those cakes.
Well, here's the thing. If you come to the wedding, make a trip and come to the wedding, Becky is bringing my wedding cake to Mississippi from Atlanta.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you would get to taste it. I'm telling you, just saying.
Okay.
Yes, definitely come to the wedding.
That will be amazing. It's a beautiful wedding. And okay, the cake. One last real quick question. Don't give it all away because I'm sure it's special, but what can you tell us about the cake design that doesn't give it away? Because obviously you're really creative with cakes. You're not just making a, 3-layer cake here.
No, we're not making a 3-layered cake. It's going to be more like 5. So beautiful cake. I'll just say that it'll be a beautiful cake.
All right.
So she's a cake. What do you call yourself, Becky? I think a cake sculptor.
An artist. I call
artist,
myself a cake artist, but my specialty is 3D cakes. I prefer the sculpted cakes over. I like wedding cakes too, but sculpted 3D cakes are definitely my specialty. And as part of my chapter, it's not just about caking. Like the chapter title says creating cakers, but it can be creating anything. And that's more of what my chapter is. It's not just about cakes. So there's financials, there's guidance on which direction to go, which business license to get in any business, and the resources that you have to refer to in order to get where you want to be.
Wonderful. Oh, I'm so excited to read your chapter. Thank you so much, Becky, for being here and telling us about your cakes and telling us about your chapter and being a part of Boss Your Lane. Thank you.
Thank you.
Who do we have next, Dawn?
Well, I am looking here, actually trying to look and see what I have going on, but I think, if I'm not mistaken, it is Mr. Eric Willoughby. And so Eric has a very interesting chapter, and he is very versed in the business world. And so I will let him share his info with you.
Oh, awesome. Hello, Eric. Thanks for being here tonight. We are excited to hear from you. So tell us how you got involved in this amazing anthology and what made you choose to say yes and be one of the collaborative authors.
So having an anthology about business just got me excited because that's what I do on a daily basis. I teach business, I teach leadership to new leaders and existing leaders to try to help develop them further. And when I found out it was coming out, I couldn't say no. And then the Boss Your Lane team selected me as a featured author, so I am very humble and very excited and honored to be in that position in this anthology.
Wow. So you work in the area of business and leadership. So this is what you're doing all the time. And now you have the opportunity to put your expertise into print.
Yes.
That's amazing. And I can't wait to read all about it. So tell us a little sneak peek about your chapter. I mean, yeah, I guess you gave us a little sneak peek, but can you unpack it a little more?
So the name of my chapter is Learn from Your Mistakes. Anybody dealing with anything in business, you're going to run into mistakes, but you need to learn from them. We can't not learn from our mistakes, or we'll just stay stagnant. We'll never grow. So in my chapter, I speak about a time where I had some customer service that I had given myself that was not so satisfactory.
Mm.
So I talk about that customer service and what went wrong and what I learned from that mistake. And I give some takeaways in my chapter. And one of them is listen to understand, not to respond. Be patient and really actively listen to what people are saying. Now, this can be customer service. This can be anything in your business. This could be your associates. This could be your clients, anybody. Actively listen to what they're saying. And sometimes even what they're not saying. Read the body language. But take the time to listen, not formulate your response. Because if you're hearing what they're saying and formulating that response, you're not really listening to what they're trying to tell you.
Right. And that makes me think of servant leadership. That's what I think of there. Understanding what they're saying to you is not about you having to have the last word or you being right. It's about really getting into their head and heart and understanding where they're coming from. That's beautiful. Thank you for giving us a little bit more. How exciting is this, Dawn? I mean, your guests tonight are just amazing.
They are. The every single author in this anthology has just brought it. I mean, all out brought it, and including yourself, Miss Pamela, because we've been on this show. This is our second night, and we haven't, said that you like brought it in your chapter as well. So yeah, I couldn't be more proud and more honored that they have chose to share all of these things in this book, because it's a huge deal to have all this information in one place. And every author has really just given their all.
Yeah. Absolutely. And they're all here. Well, not all of them, but those that are all here tonight have given their all and are even giving their all here, coming to be at the book launch and speak. So thank you so much, Eric, for being here. We appreciate you and excited, really excited to read your chapter. Thanks. Well, I think we're good to hop into our third author. So who's next? Who's next?
Our next author is Miss Shadaria Allison. My right hand, my left hand, my feet, my arms, legs, all of it. Couldn't do it without her. And we have just worked on this entire anthology side by side. So I am honored to introduce her to you all.
Hi.
Hello, Shadaria. Welcome.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I love Dawn. I love you too, Pam, but what a way to introduce me. Thank you, Dawn.
You're welcome. It's the truth. She knows it. She knows it. I'm just telling the world now.
Yep, it's out. It's not a secret. Not that it ever was, but it's out of the bag now. Shadaria, it's so good to meet your StreamYard presence. And I'm excited to hear your story here. How did you end up getting involved in the anthology as far as coming in and being an author? Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, Dawn, who is, I like to call Dawn the boss. Dawn absolutely did me an incredible, humble honor of being a featured author in this book and contributing just to the novice entrepreneur. I'm like a maternal, so my chapter is a little bit at the core of who the entrepreneur is, and I think Dawn, I really thank her for choosing me to feature in this anthology, to give my perspective to those who might need to find a more intrinsic piece of advice in entrepreneurship about who they are as a person.
Beautiful. So not only are you the right hand, the left hand, the feet, you now are a featured author. And I love that word, giving you use the word intrinsic. That's got me captivated. Like, I want to hear you unpack that just a little bit more. Tell us about your chapter and why you chose it.
Okay, thank you so much, Pam. My chapter is called "The Boss Who Finds Themselves Finds Their Lane." I think that when you enter this big world of entrepreneurship, I heard one lady say, "Get out in these entrepreneur streets." I like when they say that. But when you enter into the field of entrepreneurship, you're going in not just to make money; you're going to solve a problem. And the bigger the problem, the bigger the visionary has to have the capacity to fill that role. And I go into the depth of making sure that you've answered and resolved issues and things that you find need solving within as a person, before you step out into the palladium of entrepreneurship, because it's very important that you understand why you were created and what you were created for, so that you can easily slide into entrepreneurship and stay in your lane, so you won't be a jack of all trades and master of none all over the place, but you get to achieve greatness and impact lives the more you know about yourself, and the more that you have a solid relationship with solving your own issues, and just the things that you see need solving as a child. I even talk about when I was a kid, always as a plus size woman, I felt like the plus size section of every store was horrible. And so as a child, I remember saying, I'm going to grow up and I'm going to create beautiful designs. I'm going to go into designer stores and have, plus size sections, pretty much the elite in the store. Of course, that hasn't happened yet, but I was already solving a problem because I could relate to it. And that's what I felt like all entrepreneurs should marry, whatever mission is inside of them to complete before they step into the field of making money for it.
When you were speaking, this thought came to me that in order to boss your lane, you have to know your own lane within. And then you said the mission within. So really, you're getting down to the grassroots of it all, the very, if I can say it, bare bones, right? Of if you're going to be a success without, it starts by being a success within. Powerful.
Absolutely.
Powerful. And you have your own story that backs that up, which is why you're perfect to share that journey within with everybody. But you're right, in order to be that success, it starts on the inside, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah. It starts with us first. A lot of people are out here, making money, and that's great and that's well. But at the end of the day, when you have to leave your mark on the world,
Yeah.
You don't just want to be a tradesman of cash. You want to be a tradesman of people as it pertains to impacting their lives and making sure that you have completed something worthwhile to pass on generationally and make an impression on culture.
Wow. Passing it on generationally. Dawn, now that is a mic drop, isn't it? So we've heard incredible things about your book, but now your right hand, left hand, foot, you know, she's talking about this is a book that leaves a mark generationally. That's
And that
powerful.
it is. And, you know, Shadaria discusses these types of things with me on a regular. And so, you know, and I say this, we have the thing that I love the most about our relationship is that there is, you know, quite the age difference. And so, but it just flows perfectly because she gives me her perspective on things and on life, and I can give her my perspective. And coming from different generations, those perspectives are totally different. But we're able to come together on it and understand and meet each other in the middle and appreciate each other for that difference. And so I think that that's one of the things, and you'll see it all through her chapter, just the type of person that Shadaria is. So that relationship that's built between us because of that is because we're both able to be open and get each other's perspectives, and she shares some of those perspectives in her chapter. And just fabulous. That's all I can say. Fabulous.
That's sweet.
Thank you so much, Shadaria, for coming and just giving us that sneak peek, not only into your chapter, but into your heart, because you really, really did that. You just kind of cracked that open for us here. And I love that added another layer on the cake. Is she still there, Becky? Another layer on the cake. And that was last night. It was like we're going from generation to generation, like millennial, you know, all these different ages. But tonight, adding that extra layer is generations, not just going across the board this way, but those yet to come. All in Boss Your Lane. Thank you so much, Shadaria.
Thank you for having me.
Who do we have next, Dawn?
We have the one and only Kern. There, you know, I'll let Kern go at it because I could sit here for an hour and talk about Kern Cherry. So, the butts in the seat queen, you know, co-founder of the Success Women's Conference, one of the biggest women's conferences, you know, nationally, which is getting ready to come up. So I absolutely appreciate Kern being here tonight because she's in the midst of getting ready. Her huge conference kicks off, her summit kicks off in a couple of days. And so she is on overtime, but she is one of our featured authors as well. So take it away, Miss Pamela.
Woo! Hello, beautiful. It's so good to meet your StreamYard acquaintance. I've had the pleasure of visiting with you once on a phone call, but I was so excited to be face to face with you today and super excited to hear about your involvement in this anthology in Boss Your Lane. So could you share with us a little bit about how you got involved and why you said yes?
Oh, well, I got involved because Don asked me to participate. So, of course, I said yes. It's speaking on entrepreneurship. I talk on it a lot. I just don't write on it a lot. And so, anyway, I've been doing business for 25 plus years. I've been in business in the home care business for over almost 25 years now. And of course, I've done other businesses previously. That's why I was featured in Essence magazine twice as comeback queen. So I've been doing it long enough to at least talk about it a little bit. And of course, I create events like Success Women's Conference, which I'm the co-founder and director of, and I also have Level Up Summit, Power Up Summit. Of course, I have my own coaching programs. I love to help other people create their own successful event, and also help people get visible, like being on shows like yours. So I love from the entrepreneur side. There's just so many things that people need to know as they get ready to take the plunge, or if they're already in business. There are many things you can do so that you continue to be successful in business.
You're just a plethora of knowledge and wisdom with all of your experience and all the different areas that you work in. I mean, talk about soup to nuts. You're talking about home care, and then having these huge platforms for public speaking and coaching. This is amazing. And to have you as one of the featured authors writing out of that richness of your experience, incredible. So I am going to request, even though you've shared a little bit already, could you just maybe crack that door open a little bit more for us and tell us a little bit more about what your chapter is about and why you chose that topic?
Well, my chapter is called Are You Ready to Boss Up? A lot of people think they're ready, but, and I always say, if you really think about it, everybody should have their own business. I'm a God-fearing person. I believe you should always have an income that relies more on him than man. And so I just believe, even during this time of COVID, where many people before you complain, I don't have the time, I don't have this and that. Well, you got time now. Things have slowed down for most of us. So you have time now to create your own event. And so, I mean, your own business, but from creating your own businesses, you need to be resourceful. There are some things that you need to do right off the bat. I always tell people, I'm a big believer in creating 7 streams of income. Why? Because it allows you to bounce. Even when something's slow, you can be over here and your income is still coming in. So even if you are a person who has a job, when your business, if you got an online business, which everybody should try to start an online business right now, because that's where the businesses are going. You can have a business that creates a source of income for you. Now, I didn't say 7 businesses. I said 7 streams of income. I think, like in marriage, you find that in marriage, most problems stem from money. Well, businesses going under or are struggling always seem to stem from money. And so I encourage people, that is one of the biggest things that businesses struggle with. That's why you see most businesses fail within the first 3 to 5 years of opening their doors. Money, cash, y'all, not contracts. Cash is king, is what I tell people. Cash, you must have a stream of cash income.
Wow. That is such an incredible, impactful. What you just said is so impactful. I can't wait to actually read your chapter. 7 streams, have cash, don't be boxed in, and be ready. I love that. You said, are you ready? And it's so quick to go, yeah, I'm ready. But you're like, well, are you really ready? And let me kind of point out the high points here. Let me just draw that blueprint. That's kind of what I was feeling like when you were saying it. Like you were the architect over this, and you're just going to give us these blueprints so that we can be ready.
Yes. Yeah. Actually, I talk about several different points that can help you in your business. So I do go throughout that. I do believe that the other thing is starting your own business and creating your own business. You're able to operate in your gifts. And so that's the one thing. Most of us sit on jobs, and trust me, I'm not saying leave your job, but most of us are on jobs that don't allow us to walk in the gifting. Proverbs 18:16 says, if you work in your gifts, God will sit you at the table of great men, right? And how many of you are working in a job and you're not working in your gifting? So it creates a lot of frustration and a lot of anger for a lot of people. So having your own business literally allows you to use your mind and really focus on what you were called to do. And so I talk about different things in there that you can do, particularly with finances, overhead, hiring and all that type of stuff. Because as I said, I've been in business from this last business for at least almost 25 years. So it's definitely, there are definitely businesses are different, just like what our conference business is different from our home care business, but it allows me to fluctuate between both. And plus, I'm that person, like somebody told me that occurring your ADD, but it keeps me happy. It keeps me happy. I'm bored with this, I can go do this, right? So I love it. I enjoy doing what I do.
Wow, that is amazing. Dawn, what rich chapter Kern has brought forth for you, for all of us to take advantage of. I'm so excited to read this. And as you're talking, I'm just like, keep talking. Let me hear some more. Just keep talking. And I get to I not only get to listen to you, I'm going to get to read your chapter, and I could read it over and over and over again, and then plug into you and the other things that you're doing and be blessed by you and all of the outreaches to serve and to help that you have. Thank you so much for being here and for giving us a sneak peek into you and into your chapter. Dawn, you must be just sitting really proud.
I am, but I'm just going to tell you, Pamela, you cannot talk to Kearn Cherry too long, because she done talked you into starting something new. So she'll have you, I mean, because like only Kearn Cherry could talk me into, doing my first anthology in the midst of the pandemic, when we didn't know if what side was up. She did one and I did one. We just did it at the same time. And I think that, yes, you have to have a plan, but you can't let fear hold you back. Shadaria has done the same thing and just embarked on entrepreneurship, during the pandemic. And Eric as well, he's starting some new things. And so you just cannot let fear, yes, you have to have a plan. Don't run off all willy-nilly, but you cannot let fear hold you back from following your dream and your gifts. Like Kern said, your giftings, you have to follow that in order for you to actually truly be happy. Because we were given these gifts, and if we ignore them, we just stay mundane, right? We don't flourish. And so it's hard. Sometimes our gifting is hard. It's not going to be easy. It's not just laid in front of us. We have to work at some things, but the gift is there nonetheless, and it was given to us for a reason. So we can't let fear hold us back from doing what we're being called to do. I often say that fear is nothing but the enemy in the form of fear. And so if we let fear stop us doing what we're so called to do, if we let fear stop us, we're basically letting the enemy win. And so, and we can't do it. We have to just do what we're called to do. And so all of the entrepreneurs on the show tonight, I know for sure, personally, I know each one of them. But all the entrepreneurs as authors in the book have just gone for it, and everything's not always going to be perfect. Just set up that plan and just go for it. You just have to go for it. And so that's, the big piece of this anthology is that it's pretty much a guide. It's a guide for almost any business that you could even think about. It's got the basics, it's got the fundamentals, it's got some specifics. You can't lose. If you read the book, you just can't lose. You'll start something.
So true. A couple of things that you said, Don, that I want to just circle back on because I think that they're really important points. Number one, you said that if we don't step out of the boat, so to say, and begin to act out in faith and utilize our gifts, that we're being held in fear. And then we're not going to fulfill that which we are put here to do, your calling, your destiny, your purpose. And that is so important. And so many people are in
Right.
fear because they don't know what to do from the very beginning of those grassroots to the building blocks along the way. And so this is what your book, this whole anthology is about, is to bring all those building blocks. But the other piece there is this: when we are stuck in fear and we're not walking out in those God-given giftings, there are other people's lives that are hanging in the balance, that are waiting to hear from you. And so we got to get out of being comfortable and be willing to be uncomfortable and learn and grow, because your story matters, your voice matters, and there's people waiting for you. And this book is going to equip you to be able to get out there where your voice is needed and help people. And that is what, to me, Boss Your Lane speaks about: getting into the business world and being able to help other people achieve their goals and dreams. Thank you to all of these wonderful, powerful business people and authors sharing your dream and your wisdom. Dawn, back to you.
Well, I just want to say thank you. I want to say congratulations to all the authors that are watching and the authors here tonight for becoming, international bestsellers. So just amazing. And I couldn't have done any of it without you and without God, because, he's the one that gives the plan. And so we've all carried it out. And I couldn't be more proud and more thankful for every single author and all that they have given selflessly, because, sometimes people don't want to share their secrets, so to speak, because they think that, someone's going to take their ideas or whatever. And, that couldn't be further from the truth for these authors. They have given their all, they have held nothing back, and they all have the heart of leaders to want to help others. And so I just want to thank everyone and congratulate them for a fabulous, fabulous day today. And thank everyone who's with us watching.
Yes, thank you. Thank you to all the authors and to everybody else who joined in today. Have a great night. See you later.
Ascend Above the Crowd is the newest course by Pamela Hinkle. Ascend is a self-paced email course that will come directly to your inbox and will change your mindset and your life. Each week, you will receive lessons, resources, challenges, and journal writings that will help you discover your purpose by design. It's your time to ascend above the crowd. To learn more about Ascend, go to www.purposewithpamela.com/ascend.
Pamela Hinkle is the founder of the Purpose Center. Pamela is a mindset mentor, author, speaker, minister, and transformation coach. Her weekly podcast, international radio show, and television show are a lifeline that changes lives and inspires people to discover their individual potential through realizing their purpose by design. Pamela is a natural motivator and has shown many how to find their niche and transform their lives. Although success is an uphill battle, Pamela gives the necessary strategies to flourish, cheering you on every step of the way. Pamela shares from her personal experiences, education, and life as a woman in leadership, utilizing decades of knowledge. Taking the approach of, let's have coffee and chat, she will awaken your dreams and purpose by design. Are you ready for Pamela to help guide you? Email us at purposewpamela.office@gmail.com or go to her website at purposewithpamela.com.